Hi, everybody. So I just wanted to do a little weekly recap for what's happening in week 8. So welcome back from spring break. I hope everybody had a good one. I did notice that I am missing a few submissions for the last thing that was due, which is the Unit 3B progress checkpoint. So all I want for that is just a copy of your paper with the paraphrases highlighted, because I'm going to go through those this week and let you know if there's any issues with your paraphrases. It's something I've noticed in 101 is that a lot of people who were turning in the paraphrasing assignment were actually just turning in quotes. And so I want to make sure that everybody's really clear about what a paraphrase is. And I want to give specific individual advice on paraphrases. So if you could just turn this in, if you haven't yet, the Unit 3B progress checkpoint, all I want you to turn in is just a copy of your paper that you wrote of your unit 3 progress check that you wrote the draft for 101 with some paraphrases highlighted, what you see as an example of paraphrase highlighted for me, so that I can talk about that and give you some more specific feedback. The only thing that you have to do this week is write another one of those journals. So y'all have gotten really good at that. I think that your reflections as a whole in this class are really fantastic. You're really introspective and you're thinking about resources and how to use them. And that's why we do this, just to make sure that you're kind of checking in with yourself and saying, okay, what can I do when I'm struggling? What do I do really well that I can rely on? So that's why we do these reflections. And since we're ending Unit 3, this is just a chance for you to reflect on the process of writing the summary and response paper. So if you click on this, you'll see that it's the same setup as it has been. You're going to share your summary process, and you can choose to either do a journal or a short presentation as usual. And you can see that it just basically asks you to look over the things that you've done and to think about these questions here and include answers to these questions. There's 4 questions. It's a 1 to 3 paragraph paper. So I would recommend working on your organization. That's something I've told y'all before. So maybe if you want to write like a 3 paragraph paper, maybe you pick out 3 of these 4 questions and you answer a question per paragraph. And that would be a piece of advice. The questions are similar to what they have been. What was the most difficult or challenging part of the process? How'd you overcome it? How will you break down larger research projects into smaller, more manageable tasks? What resources and or tools will help you complete academic research in the future? And reflect on your research and writing processes throughout this unit. So I actually just remembered that I typically get rid of this question because I don't like it. So I'm going to get rid of that. One of these questions. Yeah, I don't really like that question. So I'm just going to ask you the same 3 questions we've been working with. And you can stick to that same format of just taking, each of these questions and then writing a paragraph to answer first this question, then this question, then this question. Because I think that these are probably the most helpful things to respond to. I don't like that question, so I'll update it and just make your lives even easier because it says, that it should be like a short, little journal entry, 1 to 3 paragraphs. There's 3 questions here. So my recommendation is to just write a paragraph answering this question, write a paragraph answering this question, write a paragraph answering this question, and work on your topic sentences and your organization and all that good stuff. That's pretty much all you have to do. So just reflect on the process of doing the summary response and keep an eye out for advice that I'm going to give you on paraphrasing. And if you haven't turned in your paraphrasing yet, if you haven't turned in a copy of your paper that you wrote for 101 with your paraphrases highlighted, please be sure to do that because I'll give you credit for it as I go through and look at that. That's it. It's a pretty light week. Hooray!